there, folks. I hope you're having a good day, and I'm here with my first ever Age of Sigmar army painting or video painting. Anyways, the Stormcast Eternals Liberators, who were primed in a plate metal, because this is going to make your life so much easier painting these guys, as I will learn with the next faction or the next unit I'm painting for these ones. Prime them in metal. These guys have so much armor and stuff like that, and I'm starting off with a dark blue tone on the parts where I'm going to keep it this silver color to give it a shading, and it's not going to be blue. It gives it a nice dark hint to it and gets into the nooks and crannies. Then I come back and dry brush once it's all dry with Mithril, which is an Army Painter Warpaints Fanatic metal paint, and I dry brush again on top of all the armor. Even if I hit other spots, it's not a big deal. Now I had some fun with the blues here, but I used High Lord Blue in the end for the speed paint on that armor just to make it nice and quick. Come in with some dark tone now to do the chainmail, and I'm doing this on all of them. Now I'm going to be focusing mostly on one of the Liberators, but I use the same technique pretty much on all of them. But here I just wanted to show you how the dark tone goes really well into the recesses while keeping sort of a shine from that silver or the plate mail. And it really gets into the nooks and crannies and doing a great job just highlighting for you technically already. Here I used some Occultist Cloak mixed in with some medium to get the hammers done on all of them, and it gives it a nice darker tone than the silver and all that, but then it also keeps a bit of a shine to it. Next is Dragon Red for his plumage here on, I'd say this is the commander of this unit kind of thing. It doesn't matter. In Spearhead, by the way, this is what got me into Warhammer and to Age of Sigmar specifically, with Spearhead. It has a board that comes with it, a game. You have cards that you can use, and you have a few units, maybe 4 max, and super easy rules, super easy to play, and it's an introduction to the big Warhammer game, which eventually maybe I will get into. Now I have picked up 5 Spearhead boxes or Vanguard boxes. Don't forget, you can use the old Vanguard stuff to use for these armies, and it's great because everything is in the main book, but you can also get everything online and print it out for yourself and have the cards ready to go, which is a lot easier than using the book, because sometimes you got to flip through pages for rules. Anyways, just Spearhead, great game, super easy to learn. If you haven't taken a look at that, if you already have Age of Sigmar, you probably have some of the armies that you can already use. I was getting back to the painting here. I used fur brown on all like the straps and like the holster for the, I don't think it's, sorry, the scabbard, sorry, I think that's what it's called, for a sword. And so yeah, I said I was using mostly Warpaints Fanatics, but I did a mixture of speed paints and Warpaints Fanatics, and here I'm coming with the greedy gold to get all the areas that are supposed to be gold on these Liberators. Now on the old Stormcast Eternals, they were all gold with some silver highlights, and these ones were different, and I am really trying to follow the artwork that's on their website of Warhammer, that's, you know, and trying to really follow along with that so that I can show you guys that even in early, I mean, I've been painting for what, 4 years, almost 5 now, and I think my painting has improved quite a bit over the years. But these ones, I am so impressed with how they turned out and what they look like. The bases, you're going to see at the end in the photo how beautiful they turn out. Now I don't show you how I do them because it's, you know, basing is basing. You can do whatever you want with them, but I think I love what I did with it. Very easy to do, by the way, too, and a little bit of cork board on the bottom just to raise them a bit, and some dirt and rocks and stuff like that with some super glue, and you got a beautiful base, and you paint it up and you're good to go, and some dry brushing here and there, some tufts, and you're all ready to go. It's not hard. And I'm gonna try to use the same kind of scheme on all of this army for Spearhead so that they all look pretty much the same. So, but I am going to use different techniques on painting. Like in the next ones I do, I'm going to be using, I think, 99% speed paints, just to show you, but there's no, the metallic is done differently, and that's where I say prime these guys in a metallic paint. It'll make things a lot easier. Now I'm doing like, some of them have these scrolls on them, not all of them. I think there was only 2 of the ones I built. So I'm using Ancient Stone on this. Has like a little bit of a beigeish gray color to it, or like, very, very light. And it'll be good with the tone I'm going to put on later to wash. That's going to finish those off as well. Again, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. That is free. But if you want to see some members-only videos of my Ice and Fire painting, become a member today, and you can take a look at those. You can also join my Patreon page. All those links are in the description. Now, here I was doing the face on this guy, and I used 3 different paints. I used the Tiger's Eye, the Jasper, and the Leopard something skin, the leopard just whatever. And I mixed them all up. Well, not mix them up, but I put them on my wet palette, all 3 of them, so that I could get the 3 colors blended quickly. And yeah, it looks a little weird, but once it dries, it actually looks like he has a beard, which is kind of funny, but he's not supposed to. But you know what? It made it look pretty cool. And I'm sorry I went off a little bit to the left here. I didn't have my camera right at the right spot sometimes, and anyways, I kept hitting it. But anyways, you guys get the gist of what I'm painting here. And I'm using Tree Ancient for one of the Liberators' hair here. Look at again how the Warpaints Fanatic cover the silver very well. The Warpaints Fanatic, the first Warpaints I used to use, if you try to cover silver, you have to put layer after layer to make sure none of the shine came through. Now, any one you use, it just covers up perfectly well on top of it. And now that I'm using the soft tone on all the gold parts, all the brown parts, on all of these guys, it just does a super good job. I'm showing you quickly here the soft tone on everyone, what it looks like, where I'm putting it, and it just looks amazing. And then I come in with the matte white to do some of their symbols that they had on their shoulder pads. Like some of them had lightning, some of them had like the symbol of the Stormcast Eternals, and on the artwork it was white. As you can see here, I'm doing that lightning bolt there, and I'm showing you guys. And on the shields, it had around the whole crest and all that a white outline, so I'm doing that with the matte white as well, coming with a small brush and doing this here, making sure I don't try and hit anything else, because if you do, you kind of have to fix it all up again. But you know, you make mistakes sometimes when you're painting, and that's it. But again, it was so much fun painting this, and I know it's Warhammer, and I know I said I was probably never going to paint Warhammer, but Spearhead is so much more fun for me. It's easy to learn. I have a hard time learning big games that are very complicated, especially tabletop miniatures games that have a lot of rules in the background. This is very simple. You have certain phases. You move, you charge, you attack, you shoot, you do stuff, and you switch sides, and it moves on along. You do 4 rounds. At the end, whoever has the most points wins the game. Super easy, super fun. Take a look at it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyways, we're finishing off right now just with a little bit of gemstone red on the edge of those hammers here. And here you go from a plate mail metal to beautifully painted unit here of Liberators. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all in the next one.